Right, we'll fry those bodies later.
I guess we're beginning. Whoa!
So it's just one body we need to fry then.
Yeah.
And conveniently, there's a tub of kerosene there.
Thank fucking Christ.
This girl
Because that's sort of like been the greatest fear of every part of the mansion is, did we burn the bodies in this area?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to remember, did we clear it out or is that... Oops. Forgot to mute my phone, sorry. My bad. But that was sort of like the thing, was that we hadn't... did we clear it out, that corridor that had like the 7 crimson heads in it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we did clear it out. Oh no, it was the hunters that cleared them out for us.
That was it. But so that was sort of like our massive concern, was just, holy shit, what are we gonna do?
Yeah. Oh, what's up here?
Do we have the inventory space?
Damn it.
Yeah, because we had to pick up the kerosene and that.
Yeah. Take it back.
The worst part is, this music is actually quite tense.
Yeah.
This is that fact of, oh bugger, we don't have enough inventory, we need to double back, but we have barely gone anywhere, so there isn't really much to be tense about.
Yeah, because this place is basically like ground zero where everything happened.
Yeah. I like the fact that it's like very dirty and dingy.
So
Wasn't it in
as
like...
if their only concern was the work to the point where...
Oh, sure. The disc.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
the disc on the desk that you forgot.
Ah, yes. So anyway, their work was so important to them to the point where they just neglected keeping the place up to
To be
scratch.
fair, they do seem to be like underwater, so I mean it'd be kind of hard to keep it clean.
I like also the fact that it does feel very... This thing, it does feel a lot more thematically appropriate. So it's like, you know, you're feeling like you're getting to the place where everything went wrong. This is where it went to hell first and all the problems were created. So it being dirty, dingy and falling apart makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that was a thing with, like, I think the original was that, I think it's like the original version of this game, in my opinion, one of the problems was that, sure, it was a great innovation at the time, the sort of like pre-rendered backgrounds and that, but it just looked too clean. And I kind of like that as well, the idea of, like, you know, an evil laboratory being ridiculously clean and clinical.
Yeah.
Although it then does raise the questions of why didn't they have proper safety measures? Because surely if you were working with like fragile vials of a virus, you'd have it like, you know, with like robot arms or like the gloves through the thing, through the glass. You'd do something like that. Not, it's fine. Oh shit. And again, we're trying to weaponize these things, but why on earth would you make it an airborne virus?
Ooh, magnum rounds.
Always handy.
Okay. Oops.
Broken. Ugh.
I believe there's some stuff in here.
Chemicals.
Battery.
Yay! We have one more taser shot.
I believe that's it. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, we'll come back to this later.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything here yet.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
What's this?
Oh, maybe this will be it.
The Act, Researcher's Note.
There's now evidence that when the host loses consciousness, the body goes to a dormant state. During this time, the virus becomes active and rapidly transforms and reconstructs the basic composition of the body. The host eventually mutated into a humanoid creature. We call them V-Acts. Its speed and amazing muscular development are particularly noteworthy. After transformation, it becomes more agile and aggressive. Of course. already 4 of our researchers have died from trying to feed it, turning the place into an instant bloodbath. Ever since this tragic and barbaric accident, we've decided to call its kind Crimson Heads. That dangerous and precious prototype specimen can't be left there. We have to figure out a way to deal with it. Termination is definitely not an option. We finally decided to freeze the specimen and confine the body inside the basement of the backyard cemetery.
Good idea.
The one we let out and then killed. Because it was very much like, let's just put these masks and see what happens. Funk. Why did we do this again?
Where are we?
Okay,
In a freezer, I think.
Always where you want to be in a horror film. Go into the freezer.
yeah.
There's nothing safer than a toilet in Doom.
Okay.
You take the computer? Oh, what the hell was that?
I think that's a
Yeah, it's an X-ray.
MRI? Or an X-ray.
Whatever that's her. June 8th, 1998. My dearest Ada. Wait, it's an Ada.
I think it is.
Ada Wong, yeah.
By the time you read this letter, I'll be no longer be the person you once knew. The results of my test came out today, and I expected it came out positive. I feel like I'm teetering on the edge of the reason just by thinking about my impending doom. I would give anything not to have to become one of them. As far as I know, you are not infected. I sincerely hope things do not reach a desperate pass, but if it has turned out that you are now the last person remaining alive, I want you to get the material from the visual data room. Then activate the self-destruct system in the power room and escape from here. Please do everything in your power to make this whole accident public. If everything is still running normally, you should be able to release all this locks using the security system. I have set up the terminal in a small security room so that you can log into the system using my name and your name as a password.
Okay.
You will need another password to release the lock of the door in the basement, level 2, where the visual data room is. As a safety measure, I have coded that password into an X-ray picture. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
A rotogenogram.
There you go. I know you, and I'm sure you're able to work it out without any trouble. There is one more thing, and it is my last request. I hope you never have to lay eyes on me in this state, but if you do happen to run into me in my hideous form, I beg you to put me out of my misery. I hope you understand. Thank you, Ada. Yours truly, John.
Okay. John
and Ada.
Ada.
Okay, so
Right, let's figure out this password on the X-rays. So
We need a few free inventory slots.
yeah,
Yep.
let's go back to the box. Okay, so John's the username and Ada's the password. So is it then Ada, like Leon's Ada?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ada Wong, is that it?
yeah.
That's Ada Wong.
yeah, Ada from
Because
Resident Evil 2.
in Resident Evil 2, when she first shows up, I think it's like, it was originally hinted that it's like in Resident Evil 2 when she first showed up, the reason why she's wearing a red dress was because she was actually going to meet John for a date,
Mm.
because like they'd scheduled it or something like that, or meet someone for a date,
Mhm.
but then, well, everything went to shit,
Mhm.
and that's why she's wearing the red dress, was because she was going for a fancy night out.
Mhm.
Then Resident Evil 4 rolled around, and they just went, nah, it's just what she's wearing.
Her uniform.
Yeah. Because it's so iconic.
It's like they just went with that. They didn't decide to give her like a different outfit, maybe something a bit more spy themed. It's like it kind of worked with Resident Evil 4 because it was going more for the campy B movie, so you kind of believe the the sexy female spy wearing a cocktail dress in the middle of a zombie infested area.
I think
Yeah.
we should keep the disc in case we need it. We have to
I
use it on
don't-
the computer or something.
I think we should get the password first,
Yeah.
and then come back for the disc.
Okay.
I mean, sure, it means more backtracking, but well, we're used to that. It's Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's to be expected in Resident Evil, especially in the early ones.
Yeah, I mean, there was pretty much no backtracking in Resident Evil 4 apart from
No, I
the
don't think
rescue
so.
Ashley. It's like the only backtracking in that was to get the stuff to rescue Ashley from the church,
Yeah,
and then after that, any backtracking was optional, really.